much you need, tell me what you wanna give, how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Set, ready? 50, plant.
3 buzz.
Check. Go.
Running right, here's Falk. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Protein spill.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Hey, high 7, now. Mike 50, say go.
Shotgun now for Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. 54.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Smith.
Mike's by 4. Man, I got you. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Look at me. Zipper.
Hey, defense.
Fire.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to get a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully mentally into this one.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Drop, rock it, 90 Wolf.
Watch the safety creep.
Bravo. Go. Defense.
To throw on second down. Joyce. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Ready. 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, exit.
You got me. Rush in. 57.
Go. Get it.
On third down, Joyce. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Jalen Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Elliott running right, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
Defense, let's go.
5. Hit it.
From midfield, here's Brady. And this is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, zoom.
Working from the gun. It's Brady. This will be caught by Brown. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Kill.
Hey, stand on.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Box drop. Go.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Ready?
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
Brady now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Come on, set.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Brady. And he's going to go down again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Say what you meant. Hey, switch topper. Hey.
Shift.
Yep.
On first down, Page. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
You're out.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Houston.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got three.
Now Bell. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Okay, ready?
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Hey. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Go.
59 Mike. Check. 59.
Now. Go.
On third down, here's Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Tight down. There you go. Mike's 50.
X3. 218. Chop it.
You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it. Slam. Mike 50.
Go.
Know your job.
Look at me. Zipper.
Mike's 50. I'm coming.
5.
Brady now on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On second down, Elliott. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Mike's 50.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Man open left side is Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
On first down, Brady. This is caught. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Rosa's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check 4.
Go. Undercut. Go.
You got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that. Let's go.
The final shot before break. Joyce. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Ready.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
50 seconds to mine. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Back.
Squeeze. Fight.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
They'll run on first down. It's Page. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Down. 18 Gator.
What's the run? They're running it.
Did it.
Off the play fake. Joyce. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hey, Delta.
To throw on third down. Joyce. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, Page. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Switch out. He's coming.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Set.
There you go.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Hard.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
6-6, bullet high.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper into the game.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, You don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at
it. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 42-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 90s Wolf.
Watch the pass.
Yes, yes.
Hey, check my...
Ready?
2nd and 5 now. Brady. And he fires one incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Hey, Echo.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. And none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Here's Brady. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Come on, set. 80 Gator.
57. Mike, 57. You must be dreaming. Deuce.
80 weapon.
On 2nd down, it's Page. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Hey, exit.
Check, Mike 6. Gotta do better.
Hey. Get it.
Back to throw. Joyce. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go. Here we go.
Five.
Watch one. Three. Mike one. I hope you brought your left.
Go.
So Mike's number one. Mike's
Hey, Zoo.
I'm coming after you.
On fourth down, Joyce. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Let's go. We got
Now.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
Hit it.
A first down carry by Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Hey, foxtrot.
Brady going to look to throw. That's going to be caught. A gain there of 21 yards. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready.
They come out here in the eye.
X3. 218. Chop it.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Three down. So Mike's number one. Here we go. One's the Mike. Watch one.
Hey, wahoo!
Check.
Go.
To throw again, Joyce. Flushed out right. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
On the
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
General West. Spike.
They'll run it with Bell. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Watch twins. Watch twins. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Big stop, G.
Look at me. Zipper. And ready.
On 4th down, Joyce. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Set, ready. 10 Lobo. 61. Matchbox lights.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott, and he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bengals, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. First up the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, but before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, start the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your prom, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. First off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead. It's to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make it next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. First off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal.
bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman.